Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Let's get our initial invites out here. And we'll have some theme music going. Welcome in, KJ.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. Been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor.
Alright, we're gonna invites out here, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know how this works.
Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. Your fever dream, can't you see it getting closer? Just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's the preacher in the pulpit and your blinded bullshit. There's something buried in the brink of every woman told me all that you know. So tell me, do you wanna go where it's covered in all the colors?
Hey, hostile territory in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Impossible comes through, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down, and the sun can't stop us now.
Y'all, I love this theme song.
It's taking over you. This is the greatest show. Colossal we come, these renegades in the ring, where the lost get found in the crown of the circus king. Don't fight it.
His TikTok, of course, service is lacking.
Only this moment, don't care what
We'll just say it's TikTok, because TikTok can be blamed for everything. We love TikTok shop, TikTok shop, TikTok shop.
where it's covered in all the color lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes through, intoxicating you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't.
Alright, let's get some invites running out, and then let's get some hostile territory theme music up here. We will have this rolling.
This is the greatest show.
And this cover is absolutely epic, isn't it?
Greatest show. It's covered in all the color lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes through, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down, and the walls can't stop us now. Watching it come through, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show.
Alright. Let's get some hostile territory music in the mix here. And then we're going to pull them up as we do this one more set of invites to send out here.
Tonight we dance in the streets with the dead. Yeah,
And that's good enough for that.
celebrate
Alright, Katie in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in everyone to J Shine Radio. This is Day of the Dead by Hostile Territory, the interview people of the day. Let's get them up here. I'll have to get Pam up here. Pam is, of course, always the guest, the person of note with me on this. And once Pam's up here, then we pull, accept. Here we go. That would close that down.
All right, let me get you guys. You gonna put it lower?
All right,
Pull it
we're going to
lower.
bring this down.
Tell me when. This way more?
Oh, you guys are
Little
good.
left? All right, we're
You
trying to
guys
adjust
are
ourselves.
all right. You can adjust. We'll watch the adjustment here. Expand them.
All right, wait. Now Todd's out of frame. Scoot it back. Okay, Leo, good. You're good.
You're good.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to a very special feature artist interview. I've been looking forward to this one. Half of the band had to go to work. One of the band had to go to work at the last minute because no one showed up for work. But part of the workaday life of being the full-time musicians and full-time employees at the same time. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for rocking with us. Hostile Territory shows up in our lives, and we started playing their music, and they've really just become part of this community, and we really appreciate them. For those who have not met you guys, and for those kind of FY people who will eventually be popping in here, and of course everything else, introduce yourself. Talk about who you are as people, as a band. How does Hostile Territory come into being as a band? Talk about yourselves. Introduce yourselves both as individuals, as musicians, as well as the band.
I'm Brian. I'm the bassist, backup vocals, and well, this is Todd, the vocals and the main lyric writer.
And by the way, the bass player is I've made this clear before. The bass player, I'm a rhythm guitarist. I'm an acoustic guitarist. Bass player is always my favorite instrumentalist because the bass player and the drummer, y'all get my weird. Everyone else looks at me, gives me dirty looks. So. All right, so yeah, talk about kind of how you get into music, how you become the musicians you are now, and then how the band forms together, how this becomes from just jamming out to becoming this band that's now growing here.
It all started with Edward.
Yeah,
Edward's
tenacity and a bad attitude, man. That's how we kept going, and you know. But we started like we had like his older brother was playing guitar, and he's been playing for years. And when we were little, we always saw that, and kind of just
influence.
Yeah, just kind of picked it up and kind of ran with it, and. I mean, but we haven't been given really many lessons, so we kind of just learn things as we go along. I mean, but other than that, like, this is my cousin, and we've known each other for a very long time.
Since diapers.
Yeah, and then, but, so we started trying to write songs and, play music, like, up to 20-some-odd years ago. So we've been at it for a while.
And it's always been just a part of... Even they would joke around like if we would get together somewhere, and there was a movie. I think it was with Antonio Banderas, a movie
what is it, mariachi?
Yeah, mariachi or whatever.
Desperado,
Desperado, yeah. And they would say, "Hey, bring your guitars," because everybody plays guitar. So
yeah, we just hang out, write songs, mostly just improvise, and.
But how we met up with these guys is this guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I met him through chance, actually. It was, I know a few guys that play guitar and stuff like that and do music around town, and it just so happened that one of the guys I knew was like, hey, man, come by, check it out, man, we're going to jam, and, and I showed up, and that's where I met the guitar player and the drummer, and this is their jam room and stuff like that. So I just got in the habit of coming out here, almost like hanging out with my friends, going fishing on the weekends or something like that, And we just been jamming for a long time, and then one day they were just like, "Hey, let's try to get a singer and try to put a band together."
Whoa! He's telling it weird.
Yeah.
Anyway,
well, we were thinking about that for a long time.
We used to play together. We've always played music together. And my older brother, like I said, he plays guitar, so that got us into musician. This guy plays bass, but he also plays drums. He also plays guitar. He's talented in a lot of instruments. But just like he met these guys, and we both haven't seen each other in a while. And we just kind of, we get older and just things happen. And you just kind of don't talk to each other for a while. And then, unfortunately, his younger brother died. It was also, my cousin, and so we met up at the memorial, and we haven't seen each other in a while. It's a sad story, but he said he was playing with these guys again, and he wanted me to come to come see him play, and I was like, yeah, I'll come, sure. So I went, and it just so happens the singer at the time got a job where he had to work out of town, and he couldn't make practices anymore. So I kept coming to the practices, and I used to sing, not so much. And then this guy says, well, why don't you just grab the microphone and sing for us, And so I was like, okay, now mind you, this is about what, 2 years ago?
Yeah,
about 2 years ago. And that's pretty much how it happened. And then everything just kind of started falling in place from there.
One of the things that impresses me with you guys, and we, because of what we do on the show, we get a lot of independent artists coming through. We get a lot of heavy metal bands and heavy rock bands coming through, because that's kind of one of those places and niches where a lot of independent art musicians fall. And oftentimes you'll get these bands, they're great jam outs, but they're not really lyric heavy. There's kind of tossing words in there, throwing words out there. One of the things that impressed me about you guys, including like the song that we had on a promo video, you go very lyric heavy. There's a great sound. There's a great driving sound to it. Your guitarist can absolutely shred.
Oh yeah.
But within all that showcasing that's there, and that true musicianship and feeding off each other, under that, or there's these great lyrics. There's intense lyrics. There's lyrics with a purpose. You're not just throwing stuff out there. Talk about you as the songwriter, and as the lyric and the singer there. Talk about that side of things for you, that lyric side, and that lyric drive toward making sure you're putting out solid lyrics too.
Well, I write the lyrics to our songs. So really, what it is but don't get me wrong. These guys, they write the riffs and the jams, and like, so there's.
Well, sometimes we'll also throw like a concept idea. Like, hey, let's write a song about this subject.
Yeah.
And Todd kind of just takes the ball and runs with it.
Yeah. And so with the lyrics, I feel that I like to write songs that are connecting to everyday people, because we are all just everyday people, and real connections on subjects that are real. That
kind of hard to find that.
Yeah, and then like, I want to make it sound good, of course, but also, really connect and convey that emotion of what I'm talking about. That's really the goal, is to connect with the audience musically, through this storytelling. But these songs that I've written, they're real. They're about serious life happenings and feelings, and it's not like so I
not being superficial. So
it'll if you listen to the lyrics, you just it's real emotional. It's when you you're not writing
just to ease somebody or something,
just to
like
make
that.
noise.
Yeah, just to make noise.
You're actually
just to hear myself talk.
You're actually you're kind of it's kind of a way of
you weren't pushing out canned stuff just to here's what the masses consume, and so we're going to have a bunch of canned stuff. It is genuine writing. It's solid writing that has to.
Well, thank you. I
There's a
appreciate
message
it.
that matters.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So like, yeah, I try to take a real subject and it,
Just try to talk about it. You know?
a little bit. Just everyone feels the same way, or mostly most people are. I mean, and everybody goes through life and has life happen to them. So these are real feelings. Like
Hmm.
I don't know which ones he's heard.
Yeah.
What songs of ours have
Oh,
you
just
heard?
go. I ain't talk about it. So let's just talk about that then. So let's have talk about for you, because part of what really defines the music a band puts together, or an individual puts out, is this aspect. It's the things that touch them that shape what they do. I write the poetry I do the way I do because of where I come from. And it's the same thing with your music. So talk about for you, um, one or two of the songs that really just for you as a songwriters, as musicians, really hit home. So talk about the lyrics, and then why these lyrics really matter to you. What the message is here that matters, that you hope gets to the heart of the listener who needs that.
Me, I like Shadow Puppet Plays. I like that one because
That's
that
like
one's kind of like about like say night terrors or bad dreams more or less, and
that's
you
a
know, and
nice.
we've always that kind of thing always kind of fascinated me and stuff like that. But yeah, the words have a meaning to like say like sleep paralysis and stuff like that, or night terrors. It
If
has
you've ever had a really bad dream,
well, you almost feel like
I'm
it's
talking a
almost
really
real.
bad dream. I'm talking so bad where you wake up and your whole body is stiff and you're laying in a pool of sweat because of that dream. Like it was really you probably still remember it right now. You're probably thinking about
Couldn't
that
even
one
yeah.
time you had that bad dream and you woke up and it was just whew, you'll never forget it. That's basically what that song's about. Is
Yeah,
you
I've
know
had that problem before. So
having such a bad dream that it's or being in your own head while you sleep that
or
causes
some people experience say like anxiety. They have sleep anxiety, like right before you're about to finally crash out. You have almost like an anxiety attack. That does happen to people.
a recurring nightmares.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
and
guess
and
it,
and,
that kind of
and
thing.
even taking on stuff like that, because we do have, even in our community, we have people who, just because of what they've been through, and you've heard some of the conversations around this, been around the conversations where they've been through some heavy shit. They have been through some stuff
Right.
that has brutalized them,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the one of the ways they deal with it, their mind deals with it, is these nightmares and this anxiety that hits hard. They genuinely struggle with this. And it
Sure.
is those parts of life that people don't normally talk about it, because it's more fun to talk about, let's go to the club and dancing, let's get that fifth and rock out, and I want to rock your body and all this other stuff. It's more fun to talk about that. It's not fun to talk about the stuff that's heavy like that, but it's the
But
conversations
but
that hit the heart level.
but I think there's a real connection with people that understand and feel similar or have been maybe not maybe not right now but maybe have been or even it's so common enough that it's a connection with people who listen to the music.
What?
I think that when people hear the lyrics that you put out there, it helps people feel seen, and sometimes that's what it takes to start to heal from something.
Yeah. Well, good.
Yeah. I hope it does help.
Healing's good. Uh,
So
but I think expressing the how you feel is good. It's part of healing.
Yeah.
so talk
Music,
Yeah.
so so,
music healing.
so the two of you talk about it as individuals then. Kind of as you were young, kind of these, you talked about the influence of your brother doing the music, and then kind of your interest in there. Talk about the things each of you individually. Talk about the things that really shaped you, brought you to the space where you are as a musician, where you're ready to do the band. Playing the bass, but also taking the journey with guitar and drums and other instruments that bring you to something like doing the bass and doing that. You as a vocalist and a writer. There are things that happen and shape us as people long before they're shaping as musicians, and these are parts of things that shape us as musicians, and probably the most important parts. So talk about those spaces going into that start shaping you into who you are as a man and as a musician.
Well, I mean, the first time I picked up a guitar, I was about like I guess about 8, 9 years old. It was my mom's one of her boyfriends like years ago. Yeah, but he played in a band. They were called like Motorhead Boys or something like that, or they had some crazy '80s name, like Snow Witch. Like I don't really remember what the name was, but anyway, he was a rhythm guitarist, and he was the first guy to put a guitar in my hand and let me strum on it and stuff like that. And he had his band members, like his bass player, a guy named John Paul. Yeah, all these guys are deceased now, man. It's been so long. But he came over and he showed me how to play a power chord and stuff like that. But ever since that day, I just been kind of hooked on it. And with this brother, my cousin, being a guitarist himself, that just kind of helped move things along. That guy kind of, he was really good, man. I mean, like when you can play like, say like Crazy Train note for note, man, you're legit, so. So that guy, watching that guy work and stuff like that, it really helped me out, and like figuring how to do things myself. And then I always had an interest in it. I never always had a guitar. It was like that guy and my mom, they split up years ago, and then I never had one, but I always had an interest in it. And I had a friend in high school who was part of the band. He was part of the marching band. And he would sneak the bass guitar and in the bass rig out every weekend from technically we're stealing, okay, but we brought it back every Monday morning, so it's not like they were gonna miss it, but we would take it home, man, and like that we would just play it all weekend, man.
In the Army, we call that acquisition. Okay, acquisition.
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot, the high school I went to for helping out with my, bass playing curiosity. Huh? Brandon? No, you remember Schooler?
Oh yeah.
It was me and him, man. That's just how I kind of like kept, my interest in it and stuff like that. Like I had one of my relatives lived down the road, and my dad bought a guitar for him. And he never gave him the money for it. So we had a guitar in my house for years, but he was just one of those guys. He just never wanted me to have it. So I would sneak it out of the closet and run off with it and stuff. He'd get really mad at me, but finally one day he just said, like, just screw it, just keep the damn thing, And, but that's how I got started. That's how I got my guitar in my hands and stuff like that. Was.
With me, my brother plays guitar, so he's always played guitar since I was a kid, and so I play a little bit, but I'm not as good as he is, or as good as this guy is. But I can sing. My brother can't sing at all.
Yeah, me either. I just yell.
Yeah. Well, and so
I just raise my voice.
And then when it comes to the writing, I guess in like around junior high, I started getting into writing. Not necessarily like short stories, so I've always liked writing. I've always enjoyed the way you can.
Well, he's more well read than I am, so it's like, he reads way more than I did.
Yeah. So writing music just became normal, I guess.
Yeah. Well, ability to articulate your thoughts in the written word is a talent that I don't possess. Unless it's like unless you're trying to be like real comedy,
Me and this guy were in a band together in our
so.
late teenage days. It didn't last long, but we were in a band together for a while, and then we grew up.
And yeah, we kind of just went our own way.
Went our own way for
playing
a while.
more instruments and was in
And
and
then,
out
like
of
I said,
bands.
his younger brother died, and my cousin. And actually, I wrote a song about that.
Yeah, we haven't recorded it yet.
No, it's called "Remember Me," but I wrote a song about that, and
it's a real tearjerker.
Yeah, and
but
yeah, sad. I forgot where I was going.
Oh. I forgot what I was talking about. I looked out the window and I saw a car drive by.
Yeah, squirrel.
So these other guys, they're not here, man. Freaking Sam, dude, the guitarist, man, that guy, he's so good. He doesn't know how good he is. And then
I don't tell him.
Ryan, the drummer, he's also a really talented drummer. So one thing I like about this band is everybody's got a good ear. You know, there's not one guy that's falling short. Everything. You know, the guitarist got a good ear, the bassist got a good ear, the drummer's got a good ear. Everybody can hear the music. Everybody can work together well. That's another thing. We all get along. So
yeah, it's kind of hard.
We
to
all
find
get along
that,
well. Like when you join a band or two or three, just one guy doesn't get along, and it's just not. It's the whole thing's not going to work.
That's one thing I've really I found with a great band. Number one is that, and I've told musicians over and over, the learning. Yes, learn the technical stuff. Learn how the guitar works. Learn how those drums work. Learn your craft on the as far as the technical side. But that's not even the most important part. You need to develop your ear. That ear is the most important instrument you have, because if you're hearing it right, eventually, if you're doing the work, your fingers will follow. If you aren't hearing it right, you're just not going to get it. The most you're going to get is technically correct, but no one wants to hear it. And so there's that. And then there is that aspect of a chemistry that really does equal a certain lack of ego within that group. Whether or not they have a bigger ego outside that group, within that group, there's a humility with each other that has to be there. We've all, if we follow the history of bands that we like and the bands that really fell apart, in most cases, the bands that fell apart disastrously, they fell apart because ego came into play. And that ability to get along and just take the shit from each other, to pour into each other, to feed off each other, and recognize, I don't play the drums, you do. So you're going to hear things I don't hear in there, so rock it. I don't play the bass, you do. So if you hear stuff in there, and just learning from each other on that level and that constant growth, this is one of the key elements I've seen for the really great bands I've gotten to get to know, and it's across the board. And I think, once again, what we see with you guys.
Yeah, it just so happens, and there's actually, four of us, and we thought about getting a fifth, because
just to kind of fatten out the sound,
have another guitar in there, or something.
Somebody else.
But right now, the four of us get along so well. I mean,
we've tried it, but so far it's like, it hasn't worked out.
And not only that, but if you add someone, it'll change your sound. And so we like the sound that we got right now, the hostile territory sound that we're putting. The music we're making is ours, and it's and we like it. And so we don't. If you add another ingredient, it's gonna change the sound. So we don't. We're thinking we like what we're doing right now with what we've got and what we've been.
And that's why God created pedals on the 8th day, so you can fatten out sounds. Hey, so if you guys can, and with the songwriting, I with playing guitar, some of the songwriting is going to happen on the guitar and working that out before it goes to full band. With the two of you there, would you be willing to with you as a songwriter, kind of grabbing the guitar and kind of playing through it, and with the bass and kind of just the two of you, kind of play through a couple of the songs in like the smaller jam session style? And just do a couple of the songs and kind of introduce it that way.
A couple of songs, just use guitar.
play guitar.
No, like Brian.
I mean, I do a little bit, but not
show
enough.
No,
how,
Brian
you
is
can show
playing
how
the
a
C a
lick
little bit.
goes, or maybe how like one of the drum
Yeah.
parts goes.
Or you can sit there, or since he's playing guitar as well, I'm dropping guitar in there as well while in the song vocals.
I don't have any of the guitars here though. Sam's not here, so none of the axes are around. But my bass is here and the drums are back there.
I'll grab the bass and bass. What was I will not. I will be on my best behavior and not make jokes about bass solos.
I'll talk about any song you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Though. What songs have you heard?
So the ones. So I am terrible song names, and there is,
okay,
and
that's fine.
so.
I'll tell you what. So we got 4 songs.
Is her Whiskey Nights? Is her Day of the Dead?
Yeah, but so we have what we've been playing on the show lately really has been Day of the Dead, Little Pistol, and gummit. What's the other one?
Day of the Dead. So Day of the Dead is pretty obvious. It's just a macabre song about the holiday Day of the Dead. Down here in South Texas where we're at, it's a bigger deal. And it's like Halloween. It's a lot of fun. It's just Mexican version of the holiday, and so it's just if we have a fun song, that's our fun song.
So let's do like a little jam session then. Just if you have just the bass and the vocal and just kind of rock it out.
All right, well, it's kind of like the way the guitar part is played. He's actually playing this crazy little harmony thing like this. Like he's hitting these 2 harmonies right here. But he's also doing a weird he's bouncing down. So it's so that's how the bass line goes to the normal riff.
What are you gonna dance?
You want to play something?
Just play it and then he'll sing it.
Yeah, just play it. Just rock it out.
All right, yeah.
Okay, so tell him it's going to be an unreleased song though. Exclusive
What did
unreleased.
you last night?
Yeah. Just tell him before you play because he doesn't know it's unreleased.
Last ladder.
It's an unreleased song though.
Not bad for bass. I'm down to my last life, my last bowl. My last efforts maintain control. I drink these beers and numb my pain. I pop those pills to do the same. One more line to stay away. Slam 2 shots to ease the shades. My spine tingles when my eyes swim. Like an out-of-body experience. I can't explain just where I've been. Dipped in crazy and stirred in sin. They say old habits, they die hard. Another bad report is right behind the bar. I've been known to take things a bit too far. Found that's just how these things are. Just the way they are. My last light and my last hope. I signed the contract, sold my soul. I shook his hand, his grasp burned cold. Laughing deeply as he let go.
Absolutely, guy. I'm excited because this is the first time we've had a full on bass solo on here as well, and I love a great bass solo. And good lord!
But like I said,
Oh, I have a question. When are you, excuse me, when are you coming out with the unplugged album, the acoustic album version of your songs?
Acoustic version. Well, actually, that the demo version of that song, you can find it on Reverb Nation. It's under the name Shadow Puppet, under a band name, called.
That was
Shadow
a long
Puppet.
time ago.
That was a long time ago, and the demo version of that song's on there.
In other words, we wrote that 20 years ago.
Yeah.
There is something about the stripped down version of that really it hits different. It hits very, very different, and I think in the full on
drug addiction.
Yeah, in the band version of it, there's a lot to distract the mind. There's so with those guitar licks, and then these bass runs and those drum fills, everything happening in it. But something about what I just heard,
you liked it.
Something about what I heard right there was incredible because it was just. It was raw. It felt like this a lot more honest version of that song, just because the words just hit so much harder that way.
Well, we did a short version. There's more lyrics to that song, but we just we had. I mean, it's still it's the same feel through the whole song, though. It's it's just moments of.
Like Final Pistol.
It's moments of weakness and depravity.
Yeah.
But yes.
So by the way, there's a voice back there, and I told her I was going to get her on camera here. In the mix here is an amazing lady. She goes by Melfina on here, and she is right there. So
I just didn't want to.
Oh, you're part of the mix here. You're part of the story on this, and so you do have such a part in this, and part of what makes this group tick. You're not in the front of things, but somewhere in the background there is just this. In a way, I think in a similar way where Pam, the platform that we have here does not work if Pam isn't there right alongside me. Her name isn't on it, but she has as much weight on this platform as I do, and sometimes more weight on this platform than I do. In a similar way, your voice in the background has that impact. Talk about for you what this band has been, what the work with the band has been. Talk about your part in this story for this.
My part of the story is like these guys. Where my husband's been playing for years for different bands and different instruments and different spots in bands, and he's always had a passion for music and always had a passion for the arts, and that's always impressed me because. I mean, who doesn't like a guy with a guitar in his hand?
He's a good artist too.
He does draw. He actually drew the logo too. But anyway, I came over one time because he's like, "Hey, come hang out with me with the guys at the jam room. Come on." Always asks me to go hang out. I'm like, I don't want to go to a jam room with a whole bunch of sweaty guys. But I'm like, okay, fine. He's like, go ahead, come on. I'm like, fine. I'm not doing nothing. Everything's done at the house, and I'm bored. So I would go over there and go play. I heard them play, and they're really, really good. So I was like, you guys are really good. Where can I follow you on the social media to help boost your thing? And they're like, why you guys are following? And I think it was Sam the guitar is like, you don't have to follow us anywhere. We're not going to the store. I'm like, no.
The long and short of it is
Yes.
that none of us really social media.
Yeah.
We don't really, we show
don't
up to
socialize
practice, we
much.
jam out, we write songs, we write music, but none of us, take selfies and post them every day, and none of us. I mean, we
We
do
barely have Facebook.
we do record ourselves, but
We barely know each other's names, no phone numbers.
yeah, we're not social media people. She knows she's better at it than we are, and so she was pretty much like, you know what, guys, I like y'all sound, like y'all are really doing something that could be that people need to hear this, and she's like, well, just is it okay if I use all your stuff and just put it out there? And we're like, yeah, go ahead.
And,
But
then the fact that it's us two working together.
yeah. I mean, I've known her for
We've been together
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah.
for
So-
pretty much years.
yeah.
As long as I don't know, 15 years now, darling?
17.
But
17,
but
17, 15 around that.
yeah, so basically she knows the social media better than we do, and we just said, go ahead, take the reins,
Yeah.
go for it, and she's been doing a great job.
So talk
She's doing
about
wonderful.
talk about this, and I'm not believe me, I'm not skipping past the art thing. One of my artists says, "Don't skip past the art." I'm not skipping past that, but the talk about for you and what is the work of for someone who you have these people around you who incredibly talented, but they're just kind of just jamming out, and to be able to sit there and say, "No, this is a band that objectively I want to listen to." This is a band that I want to listen to. If I were out there coming across this on the streaming or this EP, this is where I would spend my money because I want a band like this. And to objectively to take that and keep that headspace and keep that drive in a space where the artists are just doing what the artists do, and talk about that side of it with the promotion side of it, and then keeping things focused on that while not. There's a lot involved there. Talk about that for you.
The video, I couldn't quite hear you, but I believe what you said was the promotional part and stuff, and trying to keep like motivated as well. Was that correct?
Well, the idea that you're that really because you are dealing with people who the group of guys who they jam out, and they're just say we jam out, we're having a blast, and you bringing into play this aspect of no, this is a band I'd want to hear, this needs promoted, and kind of driving that and driving that and turning that into the promotional side of it, and really being the hype person for a band like that. Talk about that for you.
For me, I don't know if a lot of people don't know this, but I'm extremely picky about everything. My husband knows this. I'm extremely picky about what I like and what I don't like. And if I don't like something, you eventually, if I know you well enough, you would know I don't like something.
You know the guitarist Sam, because these guys are playing together for a while, and like she said, he's been with other bands.
Yeah.
And nothing really
Stick.
grabbed her.
Yeah.
Nothing. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So Sam, the guitarist, asked her, "Why haven't you done this already?" We've been playing together. This is before I showed up. They've been playing together for about
a year and a half.
About a year and a half, and then and then nothing, and then I show up, and then I start writing and singing, and then she shows up, but he asked her like, "Well, why haven't you shown up earlier to do this?" And she told him,
it wasn't good. It was straight up not good. And he was like, I'm like, I've actually gotten him kicked out of bands before, because this one time he was with another band, and they asked me, like, what do you think of the songs? And I'm like, I have no filter. And then I was like, it's nice. And he kept pushing me, and eventually I told him, like, your songwriting is horrible. It's very basic. You have no vocabulary. You have the same theme of every single song, which is a breakup song, which, like, it's okay, but if you're going to do that, go into country music, not metal. It's boring. And then the next day he got kicked out.
Yeah, so
basically she likes our sound.
Yeah. If I like something, then I really like something, then I go full throttle on it. I go like literally, like I made the band bracelets, if you want to show them off, Todd. I made the band some bracelets because that's how dedicated I am to believing in this brand's going to work. I've done research on things and microphones. I don't even know how this stuff works, but I'll learn it. I'll learn it if I really like something.
You know what though? Something should be said that Angelica here.
Absolutely. To create what you're doing too as a promoter, and this is kind of the gets to the art side of it. So both you and your husband here, I want both of you doing the art, the visual art, which I don't think that's really separate. You can really separate that from the musician any more than you can separate the fact that it's all part of that drive to create. You create because you have to create. So you're going to create art because you have to create. You're going to pick up an instrument and play because you have to create. You have to. It's part of the very being that. So for you to find a way to kind of use that creative aspect and create these things, you don't have a budget to sit there and get stuff mass produced. Fine, I'm going to get the stuff and I'm going to create. I'm going to make stuff that's quality that are going to be great promotional things. For you with your artwork to sit there and have that. Talk about kind of the connection for those that are artists in the community here. Talk about the connection for the artistic work on that side to who you are as people and as musicians as well.
I do draw a lot, and the logo was something. The logo was something actually the drummer Ryan. He's a decent artist too. And it's kind of funny because everybody in the band kind of can play multiple instruments. It's like the drummer can play guitar, the guitarist can play drums, I can play guitar and drums, and this guy just does the singing and the songwriting.
Yeah, I don't play anything.
He can play guitar
a little bit, very little.
He plays enough drums to know he ain't any good at it.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
And, but it's I really don't know. It's we just kind of just do our artwork and stuff like that, and having an instrument kind of gives you a little bit more of an outlet. But it's also something that you have to practice on, because if not, you'll lose your ability to do it.
Like an hour a day.
So I know guys who are like kung fu teachers and stuff like that. It's everybody usually tries to find an outlet. If not, your talent just kind of withers up. And it's tough seeing that happen to people. So I guess we're fortunate to be able to find that outlet, and that people actually like listening to it too. So
because it connects. That's why.
So out of curiosity, and I know there have been bands, and it kind of there's Air Supply famously did this a few times, and the others did, where you had musicians who were singers, but they were also instrumentalists and everything else, and they would just occasionally, even on concerts, they'd swap out. Or all of a sudden, do you guys ever with the instrumentation, because you guys know the music, because you're playing each other's songs and you know these songs, do you ever have these jam sessions where you're like, you know what, you're on the drums, you're on the guitar today?
In fact, last time we were here, we were doing that.
Yeah, we do that.
It was like we were working on a song, and then after about an hour, we were like, okay, enough of that, and then everybody just starts playing around.
Well, sometimes we'll be playing a riff, and this guy hears something, and so he's like, just give me the guitar for a second. He'll play what he hears, and then hand it back. Be like, see what I'm saying? And then, or the other way around, a guy will hear something. Be like, hey man, how about you play it like this? And he's like, what are you talking about? He goes, well, sometimes it's quicker to show you than it is to tell you, and so and then other times, sometimes the guy will show up to practice late, and so they're like, we want to play already, so go ahead and pick something up. Let's just start playing.
And then we also have friends will come by, and so. We'll have people pick up the mic or get on the.
We've talked about switching instruments during a show, but not everybody's comfortable doing that.
So
four guys got to agree on everything. Yeah, because that's the way we're a band.
Yeah, even when we go set up on a stage, man, it's like we set up the exact same way.
If one guy don't want to do something, we don't do it.
So
Yeah.
You know,
when you guys have the jam sessions and you're kind of switching out on an instrumentalist on with the instruments you're playing, is there something that happens in the storytelling of the instruments themselves, in the song, where all of a sudden there's you're hearing a little bit of a different story than you
sure.
would have before, because now this guy's on the guitar and this guy's on drums, or you
Yeah.
guys have switched guitar and bass out, and all of a sudden you're hearing a little bit of a different story, how much does
Yeah.
that shape the final product when you have a song like that?
Well, this
Well-
guy's got more of a bluesier, jazzier strum. You know, his licks are you know, kind of, you know, they got a bend and a twang to them. You know, Sam, the guitarist, very good, but he's a little more.
He's just straight metal.
Yeah, he's more of a, you know,
kind of
he,
punk
yeah,
style kind of
yeah,
guy.
yeah. You know, his is, you know, pretty heavy, pretty fast, pretty straight up with the riffs. Not a lot of, like, you know, but
Not a finesse.
no, I wouldn't call it that. I would just
Well, no,
he's more
yeah,
on
yeah.
the numbers with the riffs. You know,
Yeah,
yours is
yeah.
kind of like
Yeah, I mean, I play a little more sloppier.
yeah.
But a little more swagger.
And the same thing with his drum playing. You know,
Yes, but I mean, like if we take a song and each one of us switch up on the instruments, yeah, it comes out sounding way different.
It
But it's
does.
the method of which we
I mean, you got
we go
different.
about our
You
stuff.
got
It
different
just changes
people.
things.
Yeah, different people playing different instruments. It definitely changes the sound.
You
But-
could hear in like bands that are famous out there and stuff like that, and they'll get another guitar player, and it's like, yeah, it's the guy's good, but it's like it just sometimes it's better, sometimes it's not. You know,
It's always different.
No, I wouldn't call it better, but it's just fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as for us, it's just something we do every now and again, and so far it hasn't really altered any of the way the songs have been
But
coming
when
out.
you're on stage doing a show, you want to be comfortable. You know, with
Whatever it is you're doing.
you know that's one reason why one guy says we're not doing it, because you don't want to make one guy do something you don't want to do. You're not gonna have fun or feel good about that.
Yeah.
So we all agree on, all four of us agree on whatever
Yeah,
we
one
do.
guy doesn't want to wear the.
And that way we can go
That's it.
forward full blast. You know, that we all feel good about it. And that way we all feel comfortable doing whatever we're doing. And you're gonna get a good show. We're gonna make some good sound. And
That's what
So-
we're waiting for.
So I'm going to ask you to do something as the bass player. I'm going to have you do something here, and I ask guitarists or pianists when we've had them and other instruments to do this. I haven't really had opportunities as the bass player. You have these moments with the bass where you are just like you're chilling, you're alone, you're chilling, you're just kind of jamming around. You're just doing this complete quiet jam sessions. And as musicians, these always sound a little different than what we would in a band and a group, because this is me just in a zone, just playing. For a few minutes, take everything else out of the equation. No one else is there. You're just chilling. You're on the bass, and just zone into it and take a few minutes and just jam session on the bass. What does that sound like?
Just kind of freestyle for a minute.
Yeah. Just rock it.
Is it on?
Yeah, it's on. I just got it turned down.
Okay.
All right.
What side?
Gonna noodle around.
Yeah,
I told you to work on something.
Absolutely spectacular. And I love where you dropping those harmonics on there up on those touch points. Everything else too. That's
Like I just like if I'm sitting around, I just usually just try to run through a scale or something like that, or just try to do
yeah,
something weird.
yeah,
So like try to create it. Like some of the songs we have like say like acoustic openings or like a clean opening, and adding those little harmonics in there. It's like you can't really hear them, but they're there. So it kind of creates just a little more body to
It's
the
it,
to
it,
the.
you
To the
it, just because you aren't actively hearing something in a song, that doesn't mean it's not there. Sometimes it's in the texture of it itself, and that
yeah, it
really is
creates more.
interesting. And I think sometimes y'all have been people have been to the shows know there are these moments in songs where I'm geeking out. No one else picked up on this except for the musicians, and they know why I'm geeking out. And the people are like, "What is your problem?" I'm going back. Okay, catch this right here, and it's that little moment that you almost miss it. You really don't hear it, except once you hear it, you do, and you're like, "Oh," because those grace notes really are what give the texture and the body to a song that make it really worth listening to and make it not sound like everything else.
He does these. I call them like half strums or quarter strums. And he does this flick off a strum too. He has a very like almost bluesy, funky
Well, the
like
jazz kind of like helps out.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he can kind of just hit these notes
And a lot of times
halfway through.
I am just like following kind of like what the guitar is doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of really makes the guitar stick out. But it's like, yeah, unless you're paying attention, you're not like, it's like say like Shadow Puppet plays, or even like say like Day of the Dead. I'm following almost exactly what he's playing.
Well, see, and this
It's,
is one of the things I really do love about a bass player and drummer in particular. A lot of times, as if your discipline is just the guitar or the piano, you can get stuck in this genre-driven thinking. So rock is rock, jazz is jazz, country is country, and whatever. Bass players and drummers in particular, bass players and drummers know that there's no such thing as genre. But that everything works off music works because music works, and there are different tools you apply to it to pull different sounds out of it. But at the end of the day, it's just music, and and that's something I think as a bass player and as your drummer would get. I think that those parts get it quicker because there's so much more of the part of the rudimentary parts of what makes the music work across the board more so than the guitarist and the keyboardist in the mix on that. So I am going to. So Pam asked me to ask you this as a vocalist. She asked this, and I do you ever, first of all, do you ever write poetry, not just lyrics, but is there a poet side to you?
Yes and no. So like writing songs and writing poetry is a lot alike. I prefer writing songs. Like I did write short stories when I was, I kind of got into that. I've actually thought about writing a book or two, just like as an interest to do.
Hmm.
I'm not exactly sure what I would go with. Probably some kind of fiction. But anyways, that's another story. So I would say that yes,
the answer is yes.
uh,
Forward.
I have written poetry. Uh,
Well, it's
yeah,
like
I,
song lyrics
I
that don't get a song.
yeah. Yeah, kind of like poetry is like song lyrics that don't get a song. So I like writing music though more than poetry. Uh, so, but my interest in poetry is there.
And that is and
Like
the, in fact,
you can convey words, and it really is it really is a way to communicate, and so I
Okay,
mean
so let me ask you this. Established song lyrics that you have in your songs, do you think they would hit different if they were spoken instead of sung? And I don't mean with the music, I mean just as spoken word poetry. Do you think they would
No.
hit different than they do within the song?
Yeah, I would have to say yes and no. It would depend on how the person who's
Would convey it.
yeah,
Like how
it
would they
depends
say it?
if they're saying it like they don't care, and if they're saying it like a kid in school that's just trying to get through his paragraph, then
Do
maybe
his
not.
book report.
So
You
let
could-
me let me
but
ask
if you were to-
let me ask you to do this then. Let me ask you to take one of the songs and keep in mind there is like TikTok friendly language in that way because that we can get by with singing but we can't get by with saying.
I've
But
literally got-
take one of the songs and so one of the lyrics and I was going to ask you to do something anyway. Because as a vocalist, every once in a while we will find our space in some of these spaces. We're just no instruments. We're just singing and it's a heart level singing. It's that singing that no one else is around to judge it, and we just it's pouring from something deeper inside of us. Take one of those lyrics, and deliver it in a way that's spoken to where that they might hit differently, so people hear the writing of it more so than the singing of it, and then by the same token, then sing that lyric and just kind of just sing it in that space where it's only you. Much in the same where he had that quiet, that jam session kind of thing, that vocal jam session where it's just you kind of singing.
talk or you want me to sing?
Yes.
Oh,
So you want to just say the words and then
Deliver it and deliver it as a spoken word where it's kind of highlighting the words of it. So doing the spoken word version of it to where some of those lyrics can hit a little different. So the writing really is brought to the front. And then take those same lyrics and just sing them. On that level where you just that heart level singing with it.
oh man. I mean that's
I don't know if we could really do that. It would also
well,
have
I
to
mean,
be a
I
song,
could.
too.
Oh man, I mean, honestly, because all right, so these songs are really close to the chest. If you know what I mean by that, like I don't know if I could do that without tearing up, man, on some of these
Oh,
songs.
tearing up is allowed. Tearing up is fully allowed around here. We cry around here all the time.
Hold on. All right. I'm gonna figure out which one you want to try.
Nah, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. So there's a song called "Little Pistol," and it's anyways. So there's a song called "Little Pistol," and it's about someone who took their own life, someone we know personally. And what was that? And so what I mean by
That
a lot
was
of these
that was the
songs-
puzzle piece. Sorry.
What's that? The deliveries.
T- Yeah, you're good.
good.
The sandwiches.
Yeah. So these songs are close to the chest, man. They're really,
You want me
really.
to play it, or you just want to do it off the pillow?
I don't know.
No, I'll just go ahead. I guess
There's Little Pistol. There's Whiskey Nights. There's Shadow Puppy Plays. There's Day of the Dead. And then there's songs I haven't heard.
do whiskey or something.
How about Remember Me?
All right. No, you want? All right. You want?
Yeah, let's do Remember
All
Me.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not singing on that one.
Okay, so anyways, so what a lot of these songs are close to the chest. We got a song called Remember Me that we haven't did you have it? You haven't heard it? Did we?
I don't think I've heard it.
Anyways, that song is also about that song's actually written about his younger brother. So he was going through some things and he took his own life. And so that Remember Me song is he didn't write a note or nothing. He didn't
Well, he left one.
you
Yeah, I
know
think it was a text message.
yeah, a text message, but
all they put on there was "Sorry Mom," "Sorry Sorry Dad," "Sorry Becky," you know.
And so "Remember Me" is like it's like a song about it's two things. It's one, it's a suicide note that never got written, and two, it's kind of a written kind of a promise that I'll never forget that guy.
Yeah, the feels.
That's the problem when you write music
The feels.
that close to the chest.
Yeah, all the emotions.
You're still
Sorry. Anyway, so and Little Pistol is a similar song. It's it's a similar song, different situation. But that's what I mean by a lot of these songs are close to the chest. Anyways, you want to do "Remember Me"?
all right. Well, I mean, like, you want me to play it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or you want to just recite the lyrics to him first?
You just play.
Yeah, I guess so.
Just
Yeah,
play.
but I think that's what he wanted.
Yeah.
He wanted to recite them too.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to hear them both because I want to hear what I wanted to hear really is the poet side of you that kind of is writing the lyrics and then how that connects with the singer.
Okay,
and so it's to do that. So after you deliver them kind of as the piece that there was written, then singing them to really and just hearing that and having that drive like that.
There you go. Find the lyric sheet. Here you go.
Well, I mean,
Yeah. Obviously, you can't remember everything.
Right.
No, you can't. Yeah, I don't remember everything I've
If I
written.
was singing it, I could sing it, but just like
Yeah, just reciting it. It's
just
kind of
different.
so, like, keep forgetting.
Oh, I definitely get it.
Well, I got a lot of songs to. And there's Full Moon Light.
Yeah.
Oh, but it sounds like. Still remember me, man.
Alright.
Oh my God. Lost the lyrics.
Well, which ones are you?
I did. It got erased by accident.
What, you lost the lyrics to
Did you
remember
choose
me?
violence?
There's such an irony in I lost lyrics to remember. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
I did though. I really did. Like.
You deleted the lyrics for Remember Me?
Well, no, it
No,
must have backspaced because it erased them for some reason.
Oh, man.
Anyways, maybe I can just remember off the top of my head. Okay, so
Start off with
to whom it may concern, to whom may want to learn just why, some written words to follow, my message in a bottle, goodbye. Will you remember me? Remember my face you see. Can you remember me? Remember deep cuts still bleed. Somehow or another, my choices seem to blunder. Somehow. Which leaves me left to wonder when we've been burned asunder. Just how? Will you remember me? Remember my voice you've heard? Can you remember me when time on the clock still turns?
Alright, and all the bass parts.
Just start from the beginning. I just said it, but I don't remember. I got it. to learn, to whom start over. So we're ready. Okay, we're ready. To whom it may concern, to whom may want to learn just why. Some written words to follow, my message in a bottle. Goodbye. Will you remember me? Remember my face you see? Can you remember me? Remember the cuts still bleed. Somehow or another, my choices seem to plunder. Somehow, which leaves me left to wonder when we've been burned asunder. Just how will you remember me? Remember my voice you heard. Can you remember me? When time on the clock still turns. Just gonna go on a third verse. You will remember me. Remember these words I say. Please just remember me, so I'll never fade away.
Damn, that song made me fucking cry all the time.
What you
Sorry. My bad. I forgot.
Oh my, that
Yeah, we haven't recorded that
Yeah,
one
we
yet.
haven't got. That's kind of a new one.
that is powerful, and I almost heard. So there used to be some of the old bands used to do this back in the day when it was LPs and all that, to take part just that part of the lyric and just start out with just speaking them, and then the bass line walks in, and then going into the music of it. And I was just hearing that, and
So you liked it?
I liked it, yeah. And and it gave me chills. It just even just that order of it just gave me chills hearing that first part of it, and then going to that bass, like it just gave me chills. I'm like, it has weight, and I think this is what I mean when I say that there's a power in telling the honest story instead of trying to bend to bow to what's popular. There's a strength in just connecting with people on an honest level, even in the uncomfortable spaces where we live the daily life. We don't live in the comfortable spaces usually. It's usually in these shadows of those uncomfortable spaces. That's where we live. That's the space that the struggles of day-to-day life happen. And the people who need the music, the people who connect to this kind of music, connect to it for a reason. And that connection, to have that instead of feeding what's popular and what pop culture says you should do, having songs that have that kind of depth and substance, that's a rare thing. And the people who have done that and not been willing to sell that out, I think whether or not they become the popular bands, become the bands that have a really long-lasting impact.
Thank you. And yeah, so yeah, lyrically, you know, I take on a real subject and I express real feelings and I try to explain myself or ourselves really because we are a band, you know, and you know, hopefully people hear the lyrics and the music and it stirs something in them, makes them think and really, you know, we just want to
reaction.
well, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. I know I've said it like 10 times, but I'm being serious when you know, it's a connection with people. It's a connection with whoever you're playing for, whoever hears your music, from the band, from the writing to the all the everything. It's a so it touches people. It stirs people inside because it's a real subject.
So for you,
they've felt that way once or twice in their life.
Yeah.
And if they don't, then they know someone who has. You know, it's a human thing.
You haven't experienced it now, you probably will.
So for you as the musicians playing this, so you're getting these songs, you get these lyrics, and they have this weight. And when you're writing the songs, you're writing these lyrics, you're telling a very specific story, a story that's a personal story. Yes, it has a broader connection, but there's a personal story. And then the band is taking those lyrics, and now you're doing something more with it. What is it for you when you're taking these lyrics and you're now taking those and translating that into each one of you being part of telling a story, which for each of you is going to be a little bit different. For each of you, it's a little different story, but it's the same story at the same time. So talk about what that process, that creative process of going it from.
So how we write music, we got two different ways of doing it. But the method we use the most is, usually Sam, the guitarist, comes up with a riff. And then we build off of that riff. And then we come up with a basic, you know, a skeleton of how the song's going to go, you know, from beginning to end. And if we want to throw a breakdown or a solo or a changeover or whatever we're going to do. And we get the musicians pretty much down first, at least 75-60% down, 75% down the song, down how we want it. And then after that, since I write all the lyrics, you know, I'll ask about a subject, you know, like, hey, what kind of subject do we want to take? You know, what do you want the song to be about?
In fact, Remember Me was a subject that, like, it was Sam that kind of came up with that idea, wasn't it? Or was it the other one?
I think it was no. It was.
We got a song called
No. It was okay. Fine. Okay, no. Okay, sort of. You're right. So like, Remember Me was going to be a different song, but Sam, the guitarist, he said he wanted the song to be about a suicide note.
Oh.
That's what he said he wanted it. So I was like, okay, I'll take that on. I'll do that. So I wrote a song, Remember Me.
Okay.
And so he came up with the subject. I wrote the lyrics.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because as a band, we make all our decisions as a band. And like I said, the only reason why Sam's not here, he got called into work. He had to go to work, and the same thing with
Ryan's a vampire. He don't get up. He don't get up until the sun.
But that's because he works nights. You know, he works nights. So again, because of work,
so your process really looks like, so the band really just kind of, you're vibing with the sound. You're playing with the melody, playing with the sound, and then you start talking about what's the story being told here. And then based on that, then now you as a lyricist, as the singer who's really putting the voice into that, now you're taking that vibe and adding that personal story to it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you got it.
What was the other part?
The other way we write songs is simple. We just make it up on the fly. I mean, we'll just hey, play something, okay. Hey, play something, okay, and then we'll just come up with something that we've never heard, we've never made up, and then I'll just
start belting.
I'll just start singing, not even necessarily, just more of a cadence and a sound, not really a lyric for lyric song. Or sometimes I will, you know, we'll just freestyle, and we record what we do a lot. We record the practice sessions because sometimes we'll play something and be like, hey, play that over again. That was, you know. We do that a lot. That actually, they weren't doing that until I showed up recording the practice sessions. Yeah. And I was like, yo, we should start, because you come up with stuff and you don't remember it was the problem in the beginning.
Yeah.
And
Sam has that problem.
Yeah, he'll play something and not remember it the next day. He'll come up with a riff, and the next day he doesn't remember the riff he came up with. Which, by the way, all musicians do that.
You know that there is no one in the mix here that doesn't want to hear this. To be fair, so running a bass run, freestyle would do. Start running the bass run, playing around with this, and I want to hear what does a freestyle sound like for you guys? Just freestyling like this.
It sounds like we're trying to do a cover song a lot of times.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Roll it.
So they say cover song. I say musical influence.
Yeah. I agree. I fully agree.
Everyone's influenced by somebody. Sounds like Metallica. Yeah, because it's influenced by Metallica. Sounds like Megadeth. Influenced by Megadeth. Sounds like it doesn't matter the band, but you get. You want to do a freestyle?
I was just checking my tune.
You're not allowed to say anything.
For those of you who are in here, you're welcome.
But I don't know. Y'all want me to play?
Yeah, just throw them down. What is freestyle?
Well, here's a riff we haven't done anything with yet. It goes like.
Let it go on down, bring it steady. Here's the toe, bring the leg, 'cause I'm the blade. But tell your story gone. Just tell, just let it blow. Gotta be ready. I gotta be ready.
Absolutely. I absolutely love it.
Always saying, I don't know, but she's got. I know what I'm saying. Got something.
That's the whole thing. Is okay. So I'm sure you've heard of Beck. The musician Beck.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Beck.
Okay.
Okay.
See it, so we don't know if you're.
So here's the thing with me. I know of certain of the mainstream artists. If you ask me anything they play, I cannot tell you because I by choice don't listen to mainstream. So
his most popular
song we know by him is that damn chimpanzee.
The time of chimpanzees, I was a monkey. Who was in the bed resting on my junkie? The point is that
the lyrics don't make
the lyrics don't make sense. They're just
like when we're jamming. A lot of times, lyrically, it's just gibberish.
It's just gibberish. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go back. We'll record it and go back and change things up.
See if it sounds good. If it doesn't, the lyrics are just gibberish. So I'm just making up gibberish, really.
Yeah.
But the cadence and the sound is what's important before you put in the lyrics.
Yeah, to find out what fits and how you're gonna word it and stuff like that, and you gotta take into consideration syllables and
so sometimes that sounded good. What were you singing? I'm like, I don't know.
I do find it. I find it really interesting that the process in particular because even if you're writing solo music, writing solo and writing a song, all these spaces where I'm not quite. I know what the rhythm I want here is, but I don't want what I have here. This is just junk. So you'll put these junk phrases that they are just filler phrases that this. It makes no sense there. It makes no sense there, but you have a story to tell. This is in the way, so just put a placeholder and move on. And you just did a full song writing version of that. And that is fascinating to me that this becomes the process as a band to write a song as a group. And this, I think, goes to the humility of a band at working together that that as a band, you know that the strength on the writings, on the songwriting side, the lyric side, is on him. That he has that strength. That's what he brings to the table. So what you do now is you create this space, you create this canvas that he can paint on. And when the two sides come together with it, it just becomes this powerful piece of music because every artist has had the space to really create that that masterpiece that is that song.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
You know, when I met these guys, how long we've been playing together? About a year and a half, 2 years.
this would be going on
About
2
2 years.
Yeah.
We've been playing together for about 2 years. And when I met these guys, they were actually doing more covers, more of a cover band.
Yeah.
And then when I showed up, and I was like, man, covers are fun, but you should really write original music. Like that's where the fun for me. Writing original music, that's what I really like. I really enjoy writing original music. Not.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, we can do covers. We can do some covers, but really,
that's where our drive is to do the original stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's ours, and then we can do whatever we want with it.
To me, that's where the fun is. That's where if you're gonna be in a band, I mean, I really enjoy doing original music.
But yeah, well, like me and the other guys, we were already jamming together for about like a couple of years. So by the time Todd came along, it's like, yeah, we already had a pretty solid foundation for him to build on.
Like they sounded good. It's just they were doing covers.
Yeah,
so,
and we also had a revolving door of singers, so it's like no one stuck around. So this is the longest we've had a singer hang out with us, and
not only that, but to be honest, all their singers before me were deathcore style singers.
Yeah, they all did like me, a Cookie Monster impersonator.
Yeah, deathcore, which is like death metal vocals, basically. It's real popular. Death metal vocals is extremely popular. And
but the problem is like.
But I told them, I said, I'm not a death metal vocalist. Like I'll sing, but I'm not. My vocals just aren't that style, and
I can't sing
and so
at the same time. So
and so they were like iffy, because really they're used to death style vocal, deathcore, death thrash, whatever style vocalist, and then I come along and I'm obviously not a death style vocalist. That's just not my style, and so it changed the sound.
Just a little
but they ended up liking it. It's still a good sound, and and actually I think a lot of people like it.
Yeah.
So
apparently,
well, that we also only had like 2 original songs by the time Todd came around. Yeah. So all the rest of the stuff, man, we kind of developed when he was here, and so it kind of really suits the way his vocals work.
It works. It sounds good. I like our sound. Like that's what I told these guys is, I like our music. I'm proud of our music. I think it sounds good, and I'll put it up against any band that wants to do a show with us. In a friendly way, of course. Not in a. But I'm just saying what I mean by that. I guess is I'll play our music on whatever stage they'll put us on.
Yeah. So Humble Haster down real quick asked where you guys are located at. Where you guys are out of.
We're located in South Texas.
South Texas. All right, so let me ask you guys to do something. And I've done this when I've had our bands on here. You talked about the dynamics between the two of you, and I think that is with a group. And the most notorious examples of how this worked and then didn't work was with the Beatles and Yoko Ono. But there's a whole different, all these different. Don't look at her; she's never going to be Yoko.
If you've ever had to deal with musicians, then it's always I got a girlfriend problem. I got a job problem. I got a drug problem. I got I can't stay out of jail long enough to make it to practice. Problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so let me have you guys and I'm not gonna one of you guys, each of you is gonna have to like take it as the other person talks about them, because I want the two of you here. I want each of you to talk about the other person, and the other person's kind of take it in, but also just talk about them as a person, as a man, as a musician, and kind of what is about them that makes you gravitate toward working with them, being around them as a man, as a musician, as a bandmate, and talk about each other that way. So kind of each of you kind of take a turn and kind of just talk about the other the other guy in the mix here, the other one here. So each of you talk about each other.
We can be like just kind of free.
Yeah, just talk about it.
We can really like just like be ourselves, our personalities.
We're cousins.
And stuff
We've
like
known
that.
each other since diapers.
Yeah.
Like
And,
there's not very much in my life I don't remember this guy being.
Yeah. And the other guys, man, they're like a drummer and a guitarist. They've known each other for a long time. They're practically.
He wants you to talk about me.
Yeah. They are here. They'd be in the mix too, but they're not here. So you kind of talk about each other.
But yeah, that's just really what it is. It's like I can just
tell how great I am.
Yeah.
Great stuff I do.
It's like it's Flintstone feet, and it's like they're like, just don't let this guy take his shoes off in your apartment.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Actually, that's me. Yes, on my feet.
Yes.
But yeah, it's really just like I've met a lot of other people, a lot of other musicians, a lot of other people that jam with and everything, and it's usually like
personality.
It's like I kind of like
personality's got to match.
Yeah.
And that's really hard to do.
And then sometimes I'm loud and obnoxious. So it's like it's hard for people to find people that could put up with that. And like my cousin, he's been around that his whole life, so it's like it's no biggie for him.
I'm the older cousin, by 2 years. So I've always been older. He's always been younger. So growing up, he was always the younger cousin, kind of like a younger brother.
Yeah, the younger brother, older brother kind of aspect.
Yeah. So, and then my older brother was always played guitar. So he picked up the guitar. I actually didn't. I never wanted to play. I mean, my brother plays guitar, so no matter how good I get, he's gonna be better. So I was just like, man, it's like he's got it already. I don't need it. And so this guy picked up the guitar, but I'm the only one that could sing in the family. So I always ended up singing. But anyways, this guy, we were also in a. When we were younger, we did martial arts. So we both went to the same martial arts school. We went to the Wudang School of Chinese Kung Fu for a couple of years together. But this is in our younger days, late teens, early 20s.
Yeah, they gave us weapons and let us play with them.
And so we've trained together. We're older now, so we go to work. But and then getting it doesn't seem too much of. We were together a lot.
Then it's like we kind of don't get in each other's way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's never been like say an issue of like we're both going after the same thing, like say like women issues or anything like that. I knew you were gonna say that. Well, I mean, it's like
what he means is when we were younger, I go after skinny girls. He goes after thick girls. It's serious though, but that's okay because he's tall. He's like 6'2" or something. I'm only 5'6", so we'd go out together. We wouldn't step on each other's toes, but we'd still get along. It made it. Yeah. Yeah. Where we could hang out and it's.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't get in each other's way. We don't step on each other's toes. When we go out and have fun. See, he's got brothers. He's got 3 brothers. And
can't take those guys anywhere.
He can't take them anywhere because they all chase the same thick women.
Well, what it is like, they're our personalities. They're me and my brothers. Our personalities clash, and we can get along. Surprisingly.
we get along pretty good. Out of the brothers, out of the cousins, we hang out.
It just kind of works out.
Yeah. But this guy here,
Same thing with the band.
he's always been a dreamer. He's always been in the art. He's always been in the music. He's always been artistic. Even the martial arts, it's an art. He's just always been an artistic dreamer. This guy, even now, still dreaming of, hey, let's get a band together. Hey, let's do some shows. Let's make the music. Even now. So this guy's always been a dreamer, and
I'm dragging this guy along with me.
I don't know. I'm always comfortable with my cousin. Always complete comfort of no matter what's going on, where we're at, whatever we're doing. This guy's around, and hey, I'm comfortable with whatever.
It's like our egos don't clash. Same thing with our band. All our egos seem to kind of. It's like everybody just stays in their lane. We do our thing.
I'm going to pull Melfina into the mix. Get over from behind there, because she is, like I said, she's definitely part of this, and you chose to marry one of the guys, and then
Okay, sorry. I was back doing some grabbing a bottle of water. What happened?
yeah, so you chose to marry one of those guys, but you also have there's a thing about you. It's not just that you love their music, but that you like these guys as a band, as people. Talk about these guys. Talk about who they are as men. That what kind of draws you to them as a group of guys like this, and talk about this kind of what draws you. Your husband as the artist. Just talk about this group of guys. And their role with you, your role with them, and talk about kind of that, how you see them, when you look at them, what you see, who you see.
When I look at the band, I see them as an opportunity, not like negatively, but I just see their potential as a band that they need to be out there. They need to be out shows. They need to be out playing. People need to hear this music. Because it's really, really, really freaking good. I want to say another word, but I can't say that word on TikTok. But it's really freaking awesome, and people need to hear their music because I am extremely picky. Todd knows that I'm really picky about stuff. Music, food, whatever. I'm like, if I don't like it, I don't like it. And I'll tell you I don't like it, like I said before. But if I really invested in something, then I want everyone to know about it. I want everyone to share about it.
I tell you what, so in the beginning, she wasn't really around. When we had practices and the band got first together, she wasn't really around and she wasn't really interested because, Brian has been in other bands.
Yeah, for years.
It was none of their music caught her interest, but she wasn't searching the music either. Just like, okay, he's going to go play with the band and, get his therapy time and then he'll come back and so she wasn't really interested. But one time, like she said, she came to our practice and she actually heard our music and she was like, wow, you got, which actually we get that response.
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
You do.
Yeah, you get that
damn,
wow.
Why are you in this real dank little jam room?
It's like, wow, you guys are actually good. Like, you sound good. Like, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just
And
trying to get away.
and so really she's a part of the band now.
Mhm.
We've already told her that, and we've already told her
Well,
that.
our guitarist Sam made her part of the band.
Honorary memory.
Yeah, we made her part of the band.
Against my will.
Yeah.
My will.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah.
Because now they get in an argument, she'll be like, well, I'm part of the band.
Like, damn it.
But it's
Yeah.
But no.
But yeah.
Yeah, so
What was the
really,
question?
What do I think?
the social
Well-
media just started.
Well, the question was for her to express that. So
But no. But no, it's like I heard their music and I heard their sound. I'm like, everybody needs to hear this. It's really good music. Why you guys haven't got a show yet? They're like, well, we're gonna print out flyers and like, it's 2026. No one does paper flyers anymore. I'm like, goodness.
Well, I mean, it's like we tried to talk to people, but it wasn't getting anywhere, and then she come along.
You know, really,
and she was
social
like,
media, online, it's a different world, different time. So, but that's okay. You know, that's just what you got to do. You know, if you want to,
get it out
if
there.
this is what you're doing, you know, then it's
Yeah.
until she started the social media, we didn't realize how much of a
Impact.
impact it could make, really, and it's really actually it's changed a lot.
Yeah.
Of people recognizing us and stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of surreal, a little bit surreal. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure you have, but at least, you know, you go somewhere and someone recognizes you, and you don't know that person, but they recognize you.
Yeah.
Like I saw you the other week, you know,
Yeah,
or
it's a
whatever.
little,
Or I
weird,
saw your videos.
but
and
that's
whatnot.
okay. Yeah, I mean, it hasn't got to autograph level or nothing like that,
Yeah.
and not even really selfie level. Just hey, I've seen you.
Yeah.
So talk
Our-
about then. You have the band, but then obviously you chose to marry one of them there, and talk about him. Talk about him as a man, as a
Well, she was
musician.
drunk.
No.
She made a bad decision.
As you can see, she wears glasses.
Yeah.
No, actually, me and my husband met years ago in a small, tiny town called Victoria here in Texas. I was working part time as a busser, and he just got a job as a dishwasher. And the story's really funny.
Your typical restaurant,
Typical restaurant
kitchen
romance.
You know.
You know, between there and you know the dishwasher and
the struggling musician
yeah,
and
and the busser.
and just some cute chick that liked them. You know.
Yeah, but no. Anyway, so I was late for work because I was running in because I was rushing in, and then the restaurant had these old swinging doors, like the rotating doors. That go once you go, one person goes in, it spins the other around, so you have to go the opposite way if one person comes in. So then anyway,
okay.
yeah. Anyway, but no,
It
I
doesn't
was
matter. She got caught in it.
because I was trying to be all cute and say hi to him, and I didn't notice the other girl coming in with trays. And I was trying to be cute, and then he's like looks up. As soon as he looks up, I just get hit face forward and then with the door. My glasses fall off. They fall in the sink where he's doing his dishes, and he looks at me, has me my soggy glasses, and I'm walking off with soggy glasses, being so embarrassed and like, it's not good to think I'm cool. And that's pretty much how we met.
But yeah, like we'll also like starting to like do band stuff like then too.
Yeah, you're in
And
a
that's when we
band,
first
too.
started writing songs, and then but it's like yeah,
But like you said, dealing with musicians,
Yeah.
you know, each guy has their life and personality, so it doesn't always work.
yeah. It's a lot of those projects, you know, I'm always, you know, it's also like, you know, you can meet people, even have like say an idea, and they'll be like, hey, let's get together and jam, let's try to put something together, and you'll be all gun-ho for it. But the thing is, it's like, you know, distance and then timing schedules and stuff like that, and usually conflict with it. So a lot of times you might want to start a project with somebody, but you can never get it off the ground.
Yeah.
Because you can never get the time to get
Really.
together. Like
It's endless. It's an endless
Cycle.
It's an, you know,
But it was like,
The
you know,
list goes
with these guys, it was like, you know, I was able, you know, to make the time and the effort and stuff like that.
With
As long as we're able to do that, we're able to keep it going, you know.
with this band, with this group of guys, with the writing, with what you do, with what you're promoting with it, if you had to sum up what the purpose, what the mission, what is it that the legacy that you leave, as with the work that you do, you're investing your energy, you're investing your time, you're investing your resources in something that matters to you. So at the end of the day, when you leave, this is what you leave behind. What is it that you want to have? That this is what we left behind. This is the legacy.
Oh, well, I guess just to have some really good songs out there. something people can
Right
listen
now-
to and connect
Right
with.
now,
And just
Hostile Territory is the legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
Right now, the band name Hostile Territory, that's the legacy. That's what we're running with. That's what we're representing us. Is the name of our band Hostile Territory. So I'd have to say, what everyone wants. We want to, do shows, go on tour, make an album, make it platinum,
play for people.
sell out arenas,
Yeah.
and
Get as many people exposed to our music as
Yeah,
possible.
absolutely.
but okay. So I've been through a band here, been through a band there, but I didn't always like the music. Remember when I sang for that one band?
Yeah,
They
they wanted to do like a couple of Crocus.
They wanted to do
covers.
Crocus covers.
It's
And
like,
I did them. I wasn't happy with it. I mean, not that Crocus is fun, but I mean, I was just and
But it was like they had some.
my point is that I'm proud of this music. I'm happy with what it sounds like. I'm proud of this music. So the Hostile Territory sound that we're making,
I think that's speaks for itself.
So
I hope that this sound, I hope that people can identify with it, which I'm sure they can, because it's good music.
Yeah.
And
so how did the band name come about? Hostile Territory. How does this band name happen?
Well, actually, we came up with the concept for a song that never got made. It was just the idea for a song, and the idea of the song was to try to I guess we're American Indian. We're everybody in this band's connected to them in some form of fashion. So we kind of just ran with that because it was back in the old days, any territory that was occupied by Indians were called hostiles, and their territory was called hostile territory.
We're Choctaws.
And me and this guy were both descendant of Choctaw people, and I don't know about my guitarist and my drummer, but I'm pretty sure they are. I mean, one of them's had an aunt that was Apache or something like that. So I guess it kind of just fits the aesthetic, our look.
Yeah, and also everybody liked it. The drummer liked it. The guitarist liked it.
We could find that.
We had a couple of other names. We had a couple other names we were trying, but not everybody agreed.
And then I don't think there was another band out there called that.
Is there an aspect of that Native American culture that finds its way into the music that you do in the music and the writing? Is there an aspect of that finds that is part of the music itself?
Other than Day of the Dead,
No.
That's about the closest thing
No.
we can get to. But no, not really.
No,
Maybe just the attitude.
just the attitude.
Oh, the attitude definitely counts. Really quickly, before we have you do one more thing, jam session, really quickly, maybe one of your songs with the bass and vocal. But before we do that, just what music? If you were to move outside the obvious metal bands, the one Metallica, the ones that would normally kind of people would, of course, the influences that you have had that really influenced your sound, that are the bands, the non-mainstream stuff or the off-kilter stuff, the stuff that people wouldn't think of, the stuff that they are, what bands, what music really has influenced it from that side of things?
I stopped listening to the radio and watching TV years ago.
No, I'm just saying, what's something that influenced you that someone else is probably haven't heard of? Like what's a band that you know of that probably wouldn't be well known?
Not well known.
Like the big ones, Metallica, Megadeth. Those are Slayer. I'm a big fan of Dax Riggs.
Yeah. Acid Bath
back in the day.
Of course, they're making a resurgence now.
Yeah, now, but there was a long time where nobody cared. There wasn't.
You know.
Acid Bath wasn't big.
You know, I always
And,
like Concrete Blonde or something like that. You know, I don't know how popular they are.
But I've always been a huge fan. I'm still a huge fan.
There's
of
a couple
Jackson.
of like bands from like the Philippines and stuff like that. Like some guys called Sky Church. There's another group called Arcadia. And but Sky Church is more of like
I like ZZ Top.
they got a lot of, they got a like real aggressive kind of punk sound, and Arcadia sounds like Hatebreed. You know, just a little.
I like The Offspring.
their first
Now
album was
I'm
really-
naming
their
bands
first-
that aren't exactly in our
their first
genre.
Yeah, but
Smash, they had a good album.
yeah, and I think I was what we were asking about this kind of that idea that these other influences that really aren't the ones that just that develop the ear more and that kind of develop certain parts of the ear that you
Probably
pick
some
up
Stevie
on.
Ray.
Oh yeah, of course.
Snot.
Stevie.
I like Snot.
Yeah,
That's
Uh,
they did say like another group.
Green Jelly.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. That band let us know, and it's like it's okay, man, if you don't have a lot of talent, you know.
All right, let me have
Yeah,
you guys
still
do.
going.
Have you guys do one more song. Just kind of grab the bass and kind of just rock it out. One more song, whatever song, just kind of just rock out one more of your songs really quickly. And the stripped down version, ladies and gentlemen, these stripped down presentations of these songs. And I love this actually. So
You want to do this?
That's why I need to stop wearing jeans. Can't get it in my pockets.
Yeah. You start wearing skirts.
well, there's some skirts in some nice pockets.
All right.
It's hot outside.
Little pistol in my hand, little pistol understand. Little pistol by my bed, little pistol by my head. Yeah, my mind is aching for what was mine. Can't keep on breaking bridges I left behind. The whole world can die as I close my eyes. Pistol by my side, pistol by my bed, pistol by my head, little pistol by my bed. Little pistol in my hand, little pistol understand. Little pistol by my bed, little pistol by my head. Yeah, the cracks keep breaking, can't touch my mind. This abyss keeps taking what's left inside. The whole world can die as I close my eyes. Pistol by my side, pistol by my bed, pistol by my head, little pistol by my bed. You want to go to the third? Little pistol in my hand, little pistol understand. Little pistol by my bed, little pistol by my head. Don't feel the reaper that's by your bed. Don't feel the pistol that's by your head.
As I close my eyes, pistol by my side, pistol by my bed, pistol by my head, little pistol by my head.
Absolutely spectacular. Hostile territory, everybody. We're half the band, the other half had to go to work because life and paychecks and stuff. Well, less than half of the band because the other half of the band is behind the camera there, and we pulled her up front
Yeah,
here. Everyone's the other
exactly
part
half
too.
the
So,
band.
exactly. half.
We are 50% of the band.
Yes, she is. She's the other half. The other four
one-
balance it out. Yeah.
We are one cheek. We are one not.
Yeah, just
All right.
more the freckle on it.
Yeah. So I do appreciate you guys doing this. I've absolutely enjoyed this. And
I'm glad you like our music.
What I'd like to have you do is before we drop this, shameless self promotion. Talk about some when you go live. In fact, Melfina, you help organize this stuff. Get on there. Talk about kind of what you guys do as concerts where people can catch you, where they can catch you live. If you have merch that's all that.
We occasionally do stream all the bands. Like they'll have a jam session. They'll get into it. You're like, hey, we'll do a live, and we'll drop a live. We don't really have a set schedule because yet again, everyone has conflicting schedules. So whenever we do have a practice, they'll be like, sometimes they want to just do straight practice, and then some days they want to do a pop out and do a live. I'm trying to get them so where we do have a practice, we do go live, and we're more consistent. So therefore, more people can get to know about the band. But as for local shows, we're still in the process of trying to knock the doors down on those because we had one show, and I'm still in the process of trying to get people to get me email and call me back. So if you know anyone in Texas,
we've done shows.
Yeah, we've done a few shows here and there. But if you guys know anyone in Texas that want to book us in the Corpus Christi area, hit us up. We do shows. Yeah, we do shows.
We do shows, and I'll tell you what, we've never had a bad show.
No,
ever.
No.
The kind of energy that we bring to the stage, and everybody has a good time. We've had a good show every time we have a show.
This is very
true. So if you like our music, you like our sound, I promise you,
you'll like the way
you're gonna like the way Hostile Territory plays. You're gonna love it.
Absolutely. She is in the process of doing Hostile Territory merch. Stickers and now these bracelets,
and we're in the process of getting shirts made too. We're still working on negotiating the prices and stuff.
All right, and of course those places you can get those. We'll be able to get those where you get stuff. I don't know if they'll be doing TikTok Shop, but if we are doing TikTok Shop, we do love TikTok Shop. But
right now for buying any of the products, it's just straight DM.
You see that? That's us.
Yeah, just straight up, DM the band, or DM me personally, and I'll get back to it because we have a QR code for the cash of the app because I know TikTok doesn't like these things.
What for those of you that do ever when we have artists do that have merch in there. That we're for the purpose of the show, they're showing pretty pictures of things they make. And if you're interested in adopting into those things that they make for certain numbers that may or may not be attached, you DM them and do not mention numbers. Just remember mention the pretty things, and they will give you points of contact outside of TikTok. Where they can complete that conversation. And meantime, we love TikTok Shop. Guys, and like I said, make sure you're following Melfina. Make sure you're following Hostile Territory's official page. So when they do go live, you'll have the alerts. You'll see them going live, and then hopefully we'll have a more regular schedule for them to go live eventually, so you can really start getting their jam sessions more consistently. I have caught a couple of those, so.
It was a lot of fun, actually. So, I had a good time.
Yeah, that was fun. Hopefully we'll get a live going pretty soon, maybe next week, and then you guys see a little bit more of the band.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are amazing. Don't forget tonight, guys. Don't forget that tonight, guys, we will be having a very special show. We have a radio show we are going to be covering, where we're going to be covering the work of an unsung hero and a world changer in the music industry, a bass player, by the way, Carol Kay. Who she literally changed the face of music, ladies and gentlemen. She changed the face of a generation of music, and she got no credit for.
We're still on here. Let me hop down the guys off of the.
All right. Yep. Javier, you guys are.
Appreciate it. Have a good time.
Absolutely. So we're gonna have that on Carol Kay. We're gonna have them tonight. We are gonna have her so at 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, so about an hour. We're going to have a very much a celebration of her career. Hostile Territory doesn't exist without her. A lot of these bands, the Rocks, she literally just changed a generation of music and got almost no credit for it. So we celebrate her career as a musician tonight, 6 to 8 tonight. Meantime, guys, I'm going to jump off here, get some other stuff done, get ready for the show tonight. Till next time, guys. Until tonight, hopefully, but till next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. And you guys are amazing. Just love each other. It really is that simple. Let's not make it complicated, shall we? Till next time, have a great evening, and hopefully see you guys in just about an hour. Have a great day.